Minasan konnichiwa, my name is Susan, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reacting to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure episode 26. The final episode of this part, part 2. And yeah, I'm just very curious to see how they're gonna end this part. I almost want to say season, but JoJo's Bizarre Adventures in parts, So I'm just very curious to see how they're gonna end this part and how they're connect this to part 3. That's also something that makes me actually quite nervous because I don't know how things are gonna end with JoJo and the other characters, Yeah, I think the battle against Cars is almost over. The last thing we saw in the previous episode was how Cars was crashed into the volcano. And JoJo got actually rescued by Stroheim. But we don't know yet if it's all over, And also the thing with Lisa being JoJo's mother and everything. Yeah, we'll just have to see how everything's gonna end. So I'm very curious to watch this episode. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right into the episode. So let's go! Alright, I'm ready. So I'm gonna start the episode in 3, 2, 1, go! The ascendant one. I don't know. Would that work? What? Are they actually animals that can withstand lava? I don't know. Is he dead? Nah, I don't trust this. Yeah, maybe you should get out of there. No! No, he's not done yet. Is that Cars? Yeah, that must be Cars, but he looks so different. Oh, second layer. Bubbles. Oh! Oh, and that's when he got his arm. Dang. So he has like no weaknesses. So damn low. So like Cars was also the one who created the stone mask in the first place. Then he killed all of them. Damn. And one companion. Uh. What? He can use someone as well? Uh. I would be like that as well if I was in JoJo's position. Nani? He had the red stone! Oh my god! He had the red stone! Okay. Alright. What? So interesting that they're using the first opening now as as background music. JoJo's tribe! Oh no, that is JoJo's arm. Really? Yeah. I was like, no, he did not plan this. He was just sent into the universe. So now. Oh yeah, he's now gonna crash into the earth. Did he really die? Yeah, that. Would that work? That's ice cold. Yeah, and like there's no air, so all right. But did JoJo really die? We're back in New York. Dang. He was just 19, damn. Who's that? That is JoJo. What? Oh, that's what I thought, yeah. JoJo! I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna cry yet. Susie Q! Oh! They got married! Seriously? Oh yeah, he was very injured though. Oh no! Oh my god. And he got married and everything. Alright, yeah. Alright. Oh. Oh. Alright. Alright. Next generation. This. Oh. I do like my Walkman from Sony. Oh damn! No! Oh! Is this the end of part 2? Do we get like an after credit scene, you know? Oh. Oh, that was a great finale. How they sent, what was it? Cars all the way up into the universe. And of course, yeah, there's nothing he can do there. It's like way too cold and there's like no air. And I wasn't really sure whether Jojo actually died. You know, they really made it seem as if he died. And so I wasn't really sure whether I was supposed to cry or not. Not that I can choose that either, but... Oh yeah, there's more. End of part 2. Finn. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, what did they find? I already don't trust this. Alright, that was very intriguing. I had no idea what it all meant, but yeah, so... Whew. So yeah, that was episode 26 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it was the end of part 2. We finished the battle against the Pillarman, and Cars was the final one. And he got sent up into space, so yeah, there's nothing he can do anymore. Yeah, like I just said, I wasn't really sure whether Jojo died or not. I somehow had faith that he would survive in some miraculous way. and he did in a miraculous way. But apparently no one knew while he was taken care of by Susie Q. I was actually thinking that JoJo would end up with Susie Q because they had this like little thing going on when they met. So I actually thought that they would end up together. And I was actually right, so they even got married. And of course, like, we need a next generation of JoJo's, so JoJo would have to survive and get married and have children. So that's what eventually happened. So we also saw at the end of the episode how JoJo became a grandpa, you know, and apparently he got a daughter who got married to a Japanese man. So yeah, we're moving to Japan in part 3, which is really interesting. So yeah, that was a great finale of part 2. And I'm so excited to start with part 3. Like, I've heard from a lot of people that actually JoJo's Bizarre Adventure gets funny from part 3 onwards. That part 1 and part 2 in comparison are a little bit slow. So I'm very curious. Yeah, I already enjoyed part 1 and 2. I especially like part 2 because of the characters. Like Joseph Joestar, he was amazing. So I like part 2 definitely a lot more than part 1. I didn't really care about Jonathan Joestar and his rivalry of Dio. I know, like, everyone loves Dio. He's, like, iconic, but, like, I just didn't really care about their rivalry. Maybe it's also because I could relate a lot more to the characters from part 2, like, also from part 1. Like, I just couldn't really understand how Jonathan Joestar was thinking most of the time. Like, his way of overreacting to every situation. I think that also has to do with, like, differences in time periods. You know, I don't really remember from which time period he was, but, like, the way people thought during that time was just so different from the way people think in our age. It was just a bit too different for me to be able to relate to him. So that's why I could relate a lot more to the next generations, like Joseph Joestar, who are a lot more close to home. And I think in the next part, the characters will become a lot more relatable as well, because that will feel even closer to home, you know what I mean? So I'm also very excited about that. But I think the story will be very different. Like, we've already dealt with the Pillar Man. Yeah, you guys have to correct me if I'm wrong. Like, they were showing Cars' backstory in this episode, and they actually said at one point that Cars had one partner, and they both saved 2 babies, right? And they escaped from that. So I kind of assumed that it was Cars, AC/DC, Wamu, and Santana, right? Like, we don't know the real name of Santana. Santana is just the name he was given by Stroheim. But yeah, those are the 4 Pillar Men we got introduced to in the story so far. So I assume that the narrator was talking about those 4. But if that's not the case, then there's still, like, this Pillar Man we have to get introduced to. Like, I don't know what the next enemy will be like. Like, we have this coffin that got discovered by the ship. So, like, type of enemy might be, like, completely different. I don't know. Like, also because the stone mask got destroyed. Yeah, I don't really know how the story's gonna continue. But that's something to look forward to in part 3. I'm definitely very excited. But I like the way they ended this part. You know, they slightly show how everyone spent their lives after the end of the battle. You know, for example, Erina and Speedwagon. They both died peacefully, you know, not in a weird way, not got killed or anything. And all the other characters continued doing their own thing. And yeah, JoJo spent his life with Susie Q and got children, which we'll be focusing on in the next part. So I don't know, like, I can give a whole review of this part or these 2 parts. But I feel like that's unnecessary because, like, we'll be continuing with this journey. This journey is not over, you know, it's just one long journey which continues from generation to generation. So I feel like it's a little bit pointless to give a full review of this part alone, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna end this reaction here because, yeah, like I just said, I feel like it's pointless to just rattle on and on about things, and I have a feeling that I'll just be repeating myself the entire time. So yeah, that was a very interesting journey so far. Like, the only thing I can mention is, yeah, this journey, it's just something completely different from, like, any other show I've watched so far. And if you guys have been following my reactions from the very beginning, you guys know that I really had to get used to this style in the beginning. Like, it was just so new and different, like how it was so overly dramatic, and also the animation style, you know, with the very hard lines, and how they make some shots like really like from the manga itself with the letters around it. You know, it was just something I really had to get used to. And of course it was even more extreme in part 1 than in part 2, I feel like, or I just got used to it at some point. I felt like in part 2 it got a lot softer, you know, with the overreacting, but it was still overly dramatic. At some moments I was like, Nani! You know, they just keep on doing that, and I don't think that will change in the next part either. So that's just something I just had to get used to in the beginning, but once you get used to it, you will really start to appreciate it, and the story gets like a lot more enjoyable. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention. But yeah, that was a very, very interesting journey, like I just said, and I'm so excited to start with part 3. So yeah, that was my reaction to episode 26 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I hope you enjoyed my journey so far. So if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you can see my other reaction videos, feel free to check out my channel and subscribe. And if you can't wait to see my reaction to the next episode and the next part, then you can already find my reaction on my Patreon. So if you're interested, please go check it out. You can find the link in the description box below. But in any case, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.